Sorry about that delay. Uh, Extra children needed to talk to a parent. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, he has no time. Time. No time like the present to get this game started and find a little bit of distraction. Pretty much.
Can we talk?
Hi, Papa.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Yeah, I'd be. Sure, we can head over to it.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Seems so rude. I'm gonna say see you later, but all side quest. Right,
Captain.
up a city again.
Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never
Nice.
thought I'd be able to say that.
Parvati, you're a delight.
That's not the point. This hack was just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time.
All right. Yes. Save before. I know me. Come on. Ah! Shoot! Oh. Poor dead guy. Suit. I take too much.
Customs and inspection, right
hurt.
this way. Identification, please.
ID?
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
If I get this
You'll want to
resolved.
take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Never. Great, I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling.
Parts for Sam, you say? Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh. I'm looking for Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
For a drink, any
Most
recommendations?
places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Got it.
You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony.
Can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
Something a little more.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Got it,
Happy
thanks.
to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
How does Halcyon Holdings work?
Are you pulling my leg?
Just want to hear your take on it.
Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board.
Board runs most of the system, don't they?
Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year.
How does the Groundbreaker fit in that?
Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Actually a boardroom somewhere with all these company heads in it?
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself.
Got it.
Glad to help.
Think there were many independent operators in there.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either.
Do you know about sublight salvage?
They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them.
That's all I needed to know about work.
All right?
Can you tell me about Udon Bedford?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
There's tension between.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Sounds complicated.
Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that,
Right?
would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway.
Kind of surprised he's got such loose lips on spot. Oh well, plenty of information.
Sure thing.
Well.
Be seeing you.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
Just getting my bearings. What do you do here?
This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore.
Why can't you take incident reports?
I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Do, I don't know, tours or something?
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sanita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Back to my
All
other
right.
question. Lots of freighters come through this station. Keep you busy.
Less than there used to be. Fewer freighters passing through these days. I spend some shifts just listening to the wireless.
Aren't there as many freighters?
Search me. I mean, don't search me, because that's my job. Get it? I reckon you'd have to ask the folks in Byzantium.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering.
Oh, bull. What bounties do you have
Got a
available?
hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is, not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers.
Flying under the influence of illegal substances?
Swerving in the air was more like it. Then he crashed hard into the dock and tumbled out of his ship and fled on foot. Spilled Rizzo's Violet Spectrum vodka all over Officer Hartley. An affront of its own, considering none of us are approved for anything higher than green spectrum.
Any... I can find McRed?
Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Why don't you send Mardet to Random?
Oh, I will. Soon as the chief approves the personnel reorg required for a bounty dispatch. So, in about 3 to 7 weeks.
Take the
You and
post.
about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
What's it like working security detail on this?
Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand?
Oh, alright, just trying to make conversation.
I'm not here for a chat. Now get moving before I see you moved.
Hell with it.
Hey! Stop that!
Damn it.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Just be careful next time.
Of course I got it. Shiny things. Steal. Possible lockpick. Speaking of
Lemon slap. Slap your whole
Anything.
family tonight.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Let's see what you got. You said you had a whole bunch of mods. You got 6. I've got more back in my. Concerns about. Yes, I'm over the promenades. Way to put. Ancestors didn't rise to the humble beginnings. Diet of Spratwurst. That's the reality of life up here. You can salt it, can it, and zip it up in a pouch. Not picky about calling it food. Placers make do with what they have, and what we have is only meat. Lots of salt, 11 kinds of mustard. Try and enjoy it. AT. Ship and pounded? The general notice about our impound policy. Word ship, take it up with the sea is gaudy building opposite sublight warehouse. Question, outstanding fees and hate mail. Especially. Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fee. Urgent look for sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for a year now. Not my post. Had it wait this long to get on an freighter. I'd planned to take a rare long haul back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any. Even the shorter skips to the inner world seem rarer than the routes. Anyone has any information about upcoming work? Please post it. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into the groundbreaker in a rough state. Take repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees. So I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. Hoping someone will, with a bulk to spare, places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 600. Oof. Alright, exit. Okay, one. Pretty.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local Borg embassy.
You're really gonna arrest
Like
us
McDonald's
on our
employees?
station?
I haven't seen him.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Let's see which
Beginning
gets
dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Oh, yeah. It's live. Scruffy looking birder if I've ever seen.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
Take a couple. Have you? Alright, back to it. What's a spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terror fry them in their own juices.
Stir fry meat?
Terror frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Is spratwurst like pork? Ain't that a lot?
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
Sure. Spratwurst your own invention, or what?
Legally? No. The terror frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat. Just as well, near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm fresh sprats. Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Without the hydrogen or oxygen. Oof. Alright.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing...
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
SciKotoc, nice place. Nice place you got here.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Do whatever I can to help you.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Once I get out of impound, I'm bored.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Cool. Buddy, you want to talk to you?
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
To be so formal.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Howdy. Be shy about requesting time off. Compare notes in person.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
I think you said that one. Alright, I had to. If anybody else wants to bump in and chat or say something too, that might put me up to 5. Thanks, Jinli. Had some other questions.
Not a problem, Captain. Ask away.
Hey, Lataz. Spur. Kind of warm in here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
No room to compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out? I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Back bays. Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
I'll get those parts from
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs. Speak your mind.
Still did.
Honestly, I could use the distraction.
Like being in commander.
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
This ship is only business?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Those were some big shoes.
Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Buddy here could help you.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
It's the self-destruct.
You've got
Questions?
my attention.
I don't have a lot of faith
You're
in the
right,
board.
I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
And you keep
I
at a safe
placate
distance.
them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
No way.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
CNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable.
Are you
how
listening
good
to me,
it is.
Mfuru? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Maybe a little.
Something I can help you with?
Can I buy supplies from you? You seem well stocked.
Not without dispensation from Chief Jun Lei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
How do you mean?
We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
Is this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
You even like her, but you're checking on her?
You say that like it's weird.
I bother.
Like I said, Jessie did me a favor, and now I owe her one. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all.
I can look in on Jesse.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Got it.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler says the ship is coming soon.
He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits.
You need the mechanicals
Surgery
for.
mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker.
That.
The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here, and they own all the medical schools. If we can't hire their people, we can't hire anyone. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was trained by me or Idris. We're good, don't get me wrong. But we've only 2 heads between us, and we don't know everything.
Try to find
I'd be
him.
grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
C&D worst. It's not the worst unless it's worse.
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
They.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Oh, snap. I was just exploring the ship and stumbled on this.
You stumbled into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business, then it's time to light up the grill.
If it's nothing personal, I'll just be going.
No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get 'em, boys!
Watch out!
Yep. I figured. All right. Hey, short stuff. Ready for bed. Isso.
Got it. Heads down.
Where did that shooty crystal go? Shoot on sight, jesters!
Probably.
What was that?
I haven't seen anybody.
What was that?
I think I heard something.
What was that? What's going on over there?
What's that?
Bye.
Oh, what's that?
I think I heard something.
Ow! Son of a. Alright. Decent. Decent.
Okay, going quiet.
Oh, no head.
What's going on over there? On over there?
Fish in a barrel. Nothing.
What was that?
Poke your head back. What the? Give him a little spot.
Not a peep for me. That's the last of them.
Really?
Smells kind of like old Wes's outflow pipes.
Huh? Greg gave me a taste of it.
Oh, that's prob. That's prob.
What's going on over there? What was that? Huh. What was that? Something going on over there? Cover me! I'm going in! I'm out!
Come on. Hi. Settled on Groundbreaker. Now I grow shrooms for eat the damn things, but suppose it could be worse. Heard of the sublight contractor got dissolved in chemical, flushed down waste treat, stealing from Lila. Ilya. Gred. Always happy to see me. Calls me his fungus lad. Update, McRed just set a man on fire for having his aces up. Shit. I need to be more careful about what I'm... How to find something that calms... There's only a few thousand hours I have in Destiny 2, so... I've played a lot of... That's probably... Of course it threw that at you. Yeah. Hey, you're feeling absolutely destroyed mentally. That other sad cat story? Distraction. Oh man, he's...
so cozy.
Hello, Private.
Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. McRed tends to incinerate anyone who comes by.
Red's dead.
It's too bad. I mean, he was a scary fucker, total pyromaniac, but you know how it is. You meet a guy, get used to his quirks, and then blam.
9:10. Bedtime. Yes. Go to bed. Grab some radiator part. Aaron could use help installing them.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Verify. Everybody in the room. It's like.
Nice.
Hi, Petey. Yep. You're just legend. you have one of these? Slapped. Down the hole. No, now. Already a quarter after 9. Hi, Ike.
Itching to whack someone over the head? We can help with that. Welcome! Looking to give a beating or take one?
Have enough.
CNP burst pockets can be macromed
Hear
in
me?
2.5 seconds. Burst pockets.
Alright, let's check you out, Space.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
Space's choice? Ever been to Edgewater?
Heard of it. My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
Probably. Well, don't go looking into
If
it.
you did, that'd be good, actually. They could use the help.
I'd have to go over my contract, but I don't think I'm allowed to leave Groundbreaker. Or this stall. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too. Have a
Let's
look.
trade. Oh, it's so bad. Taking a helmet.
What can I do for you? Need some Adreno? It's good for you. Spacer's promise. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Make a choice. Spacer's choice. Have a look.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Rizzo Flakes and Purple Berry flavored power nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
I mean, I melted him. Good news. I shot him a couple of times and melted his face off. So, yeah.
I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardets' backs, the Mardets have got yours. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Mardet.
We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know.
Why Mardet and not Garter off?
The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck. With that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much else in the offing. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
All right. I was supposed. Back the elevator.
Have you seen
Yay.
this man? Reward offered for information leaked.
Nope, still haven't seen him.
Terrorist Phoenix Wells. Report any sightings to your local.
Your space station.
Liz gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Parts for the radiator.
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Oh, even better. Fine, slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
No way.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
I'm out of.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the Manticore. Surviving might break you if you did. I've got this thing about dying respectfully.
Here we go!
Up! Yeah, I am. Killed mantipillars.
Here they come! Wow! Great work!
Why are you not working? Work, microphone. Thank you. Up the left.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Kill some. By the way, robots have gone nuts too.
System alert beginning.
Don't mess with us. You got him!
Resetting action.
Oh, here we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo. one's broken. Nope. Loot.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Still drop. Staff is getting around and half-cocked solution. All we've got to unbreak. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can really rally our spirit, but what happens when I'm Groundbreaker's real test will be seeing if our independence outlasts me. Take that bet. I'm letting the cat out real quick. Plans, new problems. Found some of the Chief Guying's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half of her career patching it up. A lot of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers, I've also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my dock. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating infection. Hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel and find some workaround guts of this old bird, it feels like I can feel you reaching out to me from Grandma.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Ready? And we go. Why does it not respond? All right. HHB Earth HQ transmitted via probe, archive at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers, and supplies at their intended colony. May they prosper and expand. Now that stage 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship as in active duty as an independent trading post, repair shop, and cargo bay. I'll be remiss if I close this transmission without sending my hope and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we're behind. Chief Guying. Well, the rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stamped on my ass. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bits. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities, period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I even set foot on this ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We are a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Be on my way. Enter.
Hey, you the one who fixed those radiators? Nice work. You really saved our buns. Whenever you're free, let's have a chat.
Hi. Sorry, I
You
just...
aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time.
Why would we run out of time? You headed somewhere?
Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon.
Are you about to lose comm capability?
Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
Sounds like it's time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief.
I could check out the relay. No need for official sign-off in that.
I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh?
Just let messages from Earth sit in the memory on an orbital relay?
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
Off.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A soft, sour candy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Such a chewy.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you know what it takes to defend your spotlight and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military service to protect your life to protect your wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, military discount, health benefits, military burial, participation
Oh,
in
I'm
training, or
sorry. Was
weapons.
this your room? I'll just move.
You've been listening to Halcyon
Wait,
News.
this is
Your
almost
mandated
certainly
duty
mine.
as a good citizen of Halcyon.
So much looting. Damn. Sure. What? Pair of goggles, my girl. Hoot. Good.
Bless
Lettuce?
my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Okay. Phineas sent me, said you could sell.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
Spawn. And 1,000 bits. No one's ever found my bits lacking. Wow. Tell me about this
Well,
opportunity.
I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But
On
if
the
you've
bits
got
again.
qualms,
No qualms here. Let's hear the
do
details.
you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was
Can't
Roseway
say I
abandoned?
know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Some sort of automated
Edna
message?
didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, I'd wager they got something to hide.
Corporate town. Not something to hide. Why is this? Why the SOS?
Maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck, and now they need a few spare hands to clean up the mess. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
You need someone to snoop around.
My goodness, aren't you quick on the uptake? I like that. Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies.
I don't know about them cookies. Stop by if I find anything.
Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Let's see what you got for sale.
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Datapad contains incident report. Entries. Responded. Bear asked us to bounce some back bay. Cat got himself soaked in Spectrum. Drunken fool got into a scuffle with some people. Tossed the leech back down to the bays. Asshole fought us the entire way. So we'd be sorry. The hammer's power. This is some new Hammersmith stunt I'm planning to Sanita. October 25th, 2344. Had another run-in with the Rungleech from the Lost Pope. Don't know how the uppity piker crawled out of the back bays without us noticing. Locked himself into the air bay of the 13 and refused to come out. Kept raving about the weapon's chaotic beauty or some shit. Well, he was trying to talk him out. Had a break off when our shift ended. All heads gotta come out. So.
Got one more hour before the dockmaster bills me. How many beers can I down, do you think?
State of you. Big cane. This is a lab-grown giant canid purple rampage, being a family of scientists on a wild chase across Emerald, spending the holiday away from. Family soon realizes the true friends are monsters. Rated FSR 11, fun times, stimulated rampage, and body count 11. Anner Spank 7, primal affections. Oh. Opsis, raised by wilderness primals, one man will speak the jungle he leave the jungle he explore the one he doesn't. Stone. Came for Nanner Spank, but he stayed for life. Can a young corporate executive collar this creature? Will she awaken the beast within? Rated PACNS. Passion. Anthropoid. Sensual nanner spanking. That's the thing. Paid materials. Baking. Time-honored culinary classic. Edna gives valuable life lessons. Cooks from the book of proved cakes. Learn to maintain a structured kitchen. Obey your head chef. Achieve a good sponge. Obey your sous chef. Edna is the boss in her kitchen. Now she can be the boss in yours. Synopsis. Walls of the orbital hospital could talk, they'd shriek with terror. Doctors have seen it all. Zero-G cystlase, lancings, extraterrestrial teratoma. Next on a very special episode, in order to trap a chem thief, Dr. Margrave must become a serial arsonist. Don't forget to see Space Hospital Nights. Steamy suspense. Last but not least, synopsis of Buldrick's Brew. Ordinary colony family daydreams of the extraordinary. Lucia works in the factory canning processed forced. Her ham-handed husband cooks up a scheme to land her a big promotion. Will that lovable fool ever learn to be satisfied with what he has? Bodrick Brood is a testament to the less is success family style. Gonna watch those serials with me? Look.
Even the air costs money here.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Inside voices. Somebody was trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while.
Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, sweetie. You got it.
Not bad. I rope. Want that looting? Yep. Discover. While rummaging through the back bays, I discovered a very old Smith crate that seemed to have been sealed for a very long time. Recent generation pried it open. I couldn't make heads or tails of my discovery. Prototype hammer? Didn't know Hammersmith actually made hammer. Brought it to my lab for a closer look. How strangely it glows, the trail of wake lingering even when my eyes are closed. Mystery. Spent more time on the hammer, its internal workings are state of the art. Thermal, electrical, and chemical systems. How is that even possible? Weapon is a breakthrough in circuitry. Many of its systems appear rigged against hammer. Curious energy signature twirling about the weapon. Have yet to identify the source. Air taste of copper. It's lost several teeth. Jesus. Troubles. I've had the most sublime prismatic dream ever since I invited the hammer into my bedchambers. Never mind that for now. Good news first. The energy signature matches Bondoit's exclusive N-rays, raising the hammer's elemental properties to 4: shock, plasma, corrosion, and radiation. Now the bad. In my attempts to neuter the self-destruct functionality, I inadvertently caused a small fire. The hammer's manual controls may never function again. Swinging it seems to be the only way of cycling through its elements. I must take greater care with the future experiments. Annihilation. I've taken the liberty of locking myself in the workshop. My tinkerings were all that for naught. This is no prototype. I am simply too flawed to recognize its perfection. The hammer is a lesson, a symbol. Whispers to me that disorder rules all. With a little ambition, we can harness that power. Only by inflicting chaos upon others can we transmute disorder into harmony. That is a lesson Halcyon is not ready to hear. Okay. I'll take your hammer. Science weapons are weapons that strain. Flexible. Ghost engineers ensure our bottom line, and fire rates are sky high.
Gosh, ain't that handsome.
You want a party? Lose your teeth. Its rival company, Armid Ballistics, stole the plans, rushed into development, and beat the market, all the while ridiculing Hammersmith with a marketing campaign about them having no hammers in their weapon line. Hammersmith executives demanded the ultimate hammer to be produced. This prototype was so expensive that it never entered production. Back in my Spirit speaks words of chaos.
soft apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled
Good.
advertisement for the following story. Spacer's Choice calls rumor of a saltuna shortage patently baseless. The Edgewater canning facility is operating at full capacity and will be delivering the gourmet saltuna fillets and other fish-based fine products that valued employees crave. Spacer's Choice representatives would like to assure everyone that they are committed to people, factual advertising, and automation. This has
Sure.
been Halcyon News, your only source for news.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Jesus. Alright, Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
For your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with Alex?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yep, he sure did.
That's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
He died in an escape pod accident.
Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details.
Dumbass. It fell on his head. Again, very sorry. Can we topic on hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Do you think I'd know anything?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table?
I guess the board's so interested in Wells. Anyways.
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Alex never mentioned Phineas.
Well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
Is this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Anything I can do to help?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's my white whale, I suppose.
Haven't seen him, sorry. Can't tell you
It's
where Wells
fine.
is.
Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
Ask you something
Be my
else.
guest.
You do here exactly?
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Snitch. Doesn't.
I send a lot of messages. Sometimes I read them. Every once in a while, I'll impound a ship if I want to feel alive.
You get me to Stellar Bay?
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
Okay. No, would have done it. You didn't have to crack open the thesaurus.
Best to be clear, I believe.
Gotten a little stifling hot in here lately?
You refer to the radiator issue? Oh, goodness, it was dreadful. I was sweating constantly. Chief Tennyson certainly did take her time resolving it.
I mean, the place was filled with... Wasn't the overheating problem your fault to begin with?
Gracious, no. I can't imagine what gave you that idea. I only facilitated communication between the board and Chief Tennyson. It's not my fault she was stubborn. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you, excitable.
Talk to her that.
Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference.
Get back. Now.
I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Better. That work for you, Pavarti?
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Why are there armed guards here?
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
Watch your back, you mean?
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
Calling offices on the promenade benign.
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
Sure. What are these locked doors in the back?
A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
Let's see. Chairman visit here often?
Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
They can't shoot you in the head.
Ask away.
We're leaving. I have a vote.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas.
You should check.
Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
Like the damn.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Activate the rainbow.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by. Just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
Pretty eager to throw in with somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
All right, Felix, tell me why I need to hire you.
You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
Are you reading that off your hand?
It's a second draft. Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress.
I could. Let him continue.
Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
Dragging off bodies, shootouts, the hell kind of ship you think I'm running?
The fun kind? I mean, what else do you do when you got a ship of your own?
Good answer. Welcome aboard.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not going to regret this.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Somehow, I always find my way back to the Groundbreaker.
How did you end up on the Groundbreaker?
Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays.
And then you were raised by a pack of sprats, right?
That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. Always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way.
At least you weren't obliged to anybody else. You were free.
Stowaways ain't free. We were just as trapped as anybody else. We didn't belong in the system, but we still had to live in it. We still had to play by the board's rules. Imagine spending your whole life looking out at the stars and knowing you could never aspire to be anything more than a box hauler. That's what it's like.
Rough, Felix. Where'd you find work?
Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on.
Happened between you and
Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
That's when you resolved your differences like an adult, right?
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time
Right.
coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Former dock worker, anyway. That's all in the past now. I'm over it. And he's in recovery, probably.
We have disagreements. I expect you to be civilized.
Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized, too. Genuflecting and everything. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives.
Glad you're not wasting your life hauling boxes.
Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that. Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
Oh, you just... Right. Dig it. Figure out what this distress signal is. Back to the hub. Sneak in.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Picked up this distress call. Can you play it back to me?
Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated. Was there another topic on your mind?
You don't need to discuss Alex directly, but I was wondering how you improved your design.
Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields, while also operating our ship's toasters. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning.
Hey, Shadow, didn't see you pop up there. Well, I tried to fix a car today. Apparently the part I bought was not the part that's broken. And I got home to my daughter's cat passing away. So, it's been a day. It's been a day. This is helping, though. Where did you come from originally?
The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express purpose of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information regarding my birth. I asked once. Alex did not build me, and would not say who did.
I appreciate that, Shadow. I appreciate it. That's all for now.
Take someone to watch your back. Please.
Error on arc. CNN.
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
the old rest and go, with all the luxury and comfort of a shipping container.
Scheduled advertisement for the fall installment.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Wonder if they got some type of secret handshake.
I'm gonna go up. Hello.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable?
Okay. Name's Captain SciKotoc.
Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door.
Sublight employee?
Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
Honestly, Shadow, I am loving this game. I have needed a good story for a while, and the fact that it's in space, just all the better. I should go.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come.
I'm SciKotoc, Captain the...
Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere.
Don't let Ada hear you calling her ship the name.
Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Does this make us Sublight agents now?
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested?
What's so special about Stellar Bay?
First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulations, plenty of freedom. And second, all the goodies that no one had time to pack.
I have a nav key. I can still take the job.
I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits.
Take it Sublight isn't strictly a salvage operation.
These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down.
What kind of other sector Sublight pursue other than salvage?
Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities.
Your company of bureaucratic pirates.
Your words, not mine.
Very honest about Sublight's criminal side.
Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate.
Organized its business.
Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets, grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one.
Back to my other
Ask.
questions.
I have nothing to hide.
I'm leaving.
Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
C&P Borstwurst. It's not the worst unless it's Borstwurst.
I bet. Ah. All right. Investors will be shot on sight and fined. Holographic disguise activated. Holographic shroud has activated, giving you time. Moving drains the energy. Out. Personnel will see and interrogate you. Talk your way out of the interrogation to reset your shroud. It will get harder to talk your way out the more you are. Oh boy.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Ellie sent me?
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
Worried about you. A lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
Nice boil.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
You the guy in...
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
I think the board has someone following you, hiding out.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it.
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
They asked me to help you, so what's...
Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk to Udom.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Oop.
What was that? Hey, I saw... What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Just don't have paperwork for me, all right?
Any word on Jesse?
She's in debt. Tell me what happened between you two.
Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what?
She's in debt to the board. Thinks someone's after her.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Screw this up. Let's see.
This is Halcyon News.
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you?
Here to talk about Jessie Doyle. Want her debt settled.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
She's worth more alive than dead. Put her under an indenture.
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill.
Charging that much for wish? Really?
I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
Nice one, Bedford. Everybody knows you were never engineered to have feelings.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Mr. Millstone. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force.
I have to say, excessive. I can't.
Unless you can offer some other means of resolving her debt, I'm afraid we have nothing further to discuss.
Worth more alive than dead. Put her under
That's
servitude.
not unreasonable.
Boss, you can't be serious. The board's got no right to just enslave another human being.
That's where you're wrong, young man. Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
No, I'm bribing him.
This is Halcyon.
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you? Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill. I'm glad we could come to an accommodation. You may inform Miss Doyle that our collections agent will be recalled. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
I'm leaving.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
Cool. Saying you work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
What exactly did Jesse do for you anyway?
She helped me win a bet.
It's been important.
No such thing as a low-stakes bet in my book. We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur. And as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
She saved your life.
Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet.
You don't like owing people, do you?
It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin.
Hey, I'm aboard.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
On the ship, it's docked by the promenade.
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you. Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick?
Is the ship about to blow up?
No. If it were, I'd be hollering loud enough to wake the dead. So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages, I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet.
You'd say?
Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. And the trouble goes away. it sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. Made my chest hurt, kinda.
Like shoot.
I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold.
Not the warmest person I know. To hell with them.
Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel?
Okay.
They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close.
Any more?
I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope?
That's what you want next time we hit the Groundbreak.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
Hi, Felix.
Good to see you, boss.
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us.
Anything about who sent the call?
What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us.
Why wouldn't they just call for corporate
With
enforcement?
a lot of these companies, the thrashing you take from your boss is worse than whatever a bunch of marauders will do to you. Doesn't exactly encourage calling for aid when there's a fuck-up.
Need to help Ellie. And we're going.
If you say so. I'm keeping a finger on the trigger all the same.
Same.
Anyway, we might as well take a look out there. See if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us.
Stressed. Disinfect. Probably. Figured I should start writing just in case. Losing my... Agent Khan, rescue Aunt Cleo from the clutches of the Genders. Bomb. Punch brand collect essays. Kiss. Destruction. Apparatus of oppression. Book looks like it's never been opened. and by the in the lead. Silence is not the answer. Silence is the question. The answer is yes, Felix. Felix, my boy. Captain discovered it's on it. Tech or be a scientist can make a cult field wouldn't save them. Now I've got to arrest Harry. Created that weapon he stored it in Burke's office. Figure the last the site supervisor can fill out the form. Whatever that damn thing. Now I'm gonna detain Harris. Not like he got prison cells on. A name, Lumen. Family name. Harry Ford. Employment status, indentured. Contract term, 35 years, 2 months, 16 days, 5 hours, 33 minutes. Approximately. Remaining time of deceasement, 18, 27 hours. Approximately. Cause of deceasement, blunt force trauma. Weapon unknown. Took a good whack to the noggin. Facial area to be specified about. It's all twisted up, too. Nose is 5 times too big, jaws shrunk to almost nothing, teeth out of kilter. So I suppose that was true pre-deceasement. Blow itself didn't kill him. No way it could have breathed with all that. Damn. Ever, so here goes. There's this engine seat and it hums real nice, like a box of cats. Coughing and hacking up because there's a blockage. What's an engine do? Then this wrencher strides in like a shark, hair all done up, and feel a spasm in her compression. Tremble causes its aching meet hers. What's an engine to do? I've got 5 more stanzas mapped out, but I'm having trouble rhyming some of the parts. So I'll get back to you. Talking about old friends, you know, I got to thinking about Isabel. I was thinking you're a mess. A good mess, but a mess. I'm a better me than I was then, wanted you to know. Even when I drink too much of the family recipe. Pretty swell. Party tea. Damn you, insta-spell check. Meet my wrench. Too tired, just gonna put my head down for a... Alright. Got it. Hey, you're good, Silent. I mean, I was up till 1 o'clock last night. Also, one of the reasons I plan on calling it at midnight tonight, because I barely could stay awake, and most of the people watching are barely staying awake at that point. Night is this game? City and you spoil us.
I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Do that, Ada.
It's a touch different from the ones I've seen. Shouldn't be so hard to get it patched up, though.
Wonder if it's empty.
Don't sound him.
I'm a good brawl.
really. I appreciate that. Island. I've had to start a new journal. I cannot read my previous entries without the whispers tempting me. Whispers do not stop. Every person I see, the whispers tell me to help them. They show me the pain and the longing hiding in their eyes. They tell me how these people want, no need, the gifts I can give. All it would take is a few moments with a blade. Bright, bright, bright fountain of crimson to delight the eyes. All of their pain would be gone. I could do it. I know how to help them. It gets harder and harder to stop myself. I saw a friend today. An old friend from school who's now a doctor for Aunt Cleo. I told him about my dreams. Nothing outright. Oh no, I'm not so foolish as that. I told him it was an old book. Described my dreams and whispers as happenings to a character in the book. I asked him how he'd helped this character. He looked at me and he knew. He knew. The whispers told me to end his pain, that he'd tell. I got up and left quickly. I did not harm him. Not. I have to leave Byzantium. He will tell. They'll come for me. I lock me away. I must find a secret place, a place I can be alone, a place with no whispers. Sounds healthy in the mind and body. Go meet this guy. Best friend. That was a bug. Loot!
Everyone all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh boy. The whispers have a source, and I've found it. I've taken refuge on an orbital relay station. It is smaller than a hovel, barely a few thousand square meters, but sufficient for my needs. I was able to flee Byzantium with enough bits to purchase supplies to last for decades. It was strange, being among common people on the Groundbreaker. Whispers barely stirred at the sight of their ill-fed, scarred, and unwashed bodies. If only there was a few freighters docking there, bringing real people from Byzantium, I could almost have made a home free of temptation. Free! As I made this place livable, or as much as I can be, I started hearing the whispers from the relay terminals. They told me to listen to their voices traveling through the aether to reach me, calling out to me, help them. Alone, lonely, needing my help. I found ways to power down the transmitters. No more voices in the aether. No more whispers. Fell silent. This was not me. It's not. I am not this foul thing that I have feared for so long. It's the voices in the aether trying to make me hurt others. but I was stranger than they, and I have defeated them. Them. I have already begun making plans to return to my home. Now that the Whispers are defeated, I can resume my life again. I can't wait to return. I miss my family and my coworkers so much, especially... Right? Good attack. You're a freaking tank now.
So, is he dead or?
Poor fella. You think he did it to himself, Captain? That's real sad.
So Whispers didn't stop. They have returned. They howl, howl, howl at me, demanding I return home and bathe the streets in crimson, bright crimson, beautiful crimson. I can think of only one way to end this, and oof. What's up, your persuade? Last night I dreamed streets of Byzantium were streamer asked give them gathered the felt so alive, so happy. Turned to Delilah was beside me. I did not question why my supervisor was there, her eyes so full of emotion. She feels but dares not show at wrapped her neck in crimson, tying it tight as a scarf. So beautiful. Then the crimson on her neck opened as a second mouth and began screaming, screaming. I awoke. I was scared. The dreams are so real now, and this time I recognized the faces. I had to leave work early today. Every time I look at Delilah, I heard a whisper about how beautiful she would look, with a touch of crimson on her neck. This must stop. This is not who I am. This is not who will become. I must find help. Nice. Thanks, bud. Appreciate that. Well. So we got
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Let's go, Port.
No guards, huh? I like this place already.
Oh, alright, let's... Jeez. Status. investigate. Oh, yeah. Oh, only like 64 ounces. I swear I have a hydration problem. Hey.
Something chewed clear through that armor.
Great time. I can't wait. Okay.
Here we go! Everyone all right?
Look out, Cap. You're hurt.
Please, clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits.
Think that.
Warning, pathing obstruction.
Sail.
Organic materials detected on roadway. Please ensure mechanisms are free of bristle.
Put a block.
Delays in loading due to commerce obstruction will be deducted from all staff pay.
Hey, is that gunfire?
Sounds like. Deal with that.
Shouldn't we be looking into that distress call? Not that I miss
We're gonna-
feeling the wind in my hair.
Gotta make sure these people are dead. Not like what they're from. Still living. Alright. It's not the best.
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps.
What happened here?
Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts.
Said the raps broke loose. Did you have them caged?
Forget I said anything about that.
What can you tell me about them?
Wish they tasted like Sissy Pig. Them's good eating.
Do they taste like?
Some say chicken. I say the north end of a southbound woolly cow. Anything else you'd like to know?
Roast is good. Going
What
outside.
do you think? I'm the landing pad guard. I was standing out on the fucking tarmac. Hell of a job until all this.
Can you tell me? In charge?
Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center.
So go take a look.
Oh, before I forget, Anti-Cleos makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature. Not like that crap Spacer's Choice pedals.
Hey, buddy. Chicken. Ah, chicken. Figured that'd be the one, but talk to a chicken. I'm gonna talk to a chicken. Stealing. And if I'm gonna stop stealing it, the comms right.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not actually one of them, are you?
Send us distressed call?
Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told.
Your control, that's what you call hiding in an abandoned town surrounded by raptidons?
Standard operating procedure for suits, boss. They're all a bunch of cowards.
I'm not sure it's right to fault a man for trying to survive.
Hear him out before judging him. What happened here?
An attack. One that I'd wager was due to the nature of my research here.
Are you researching?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the work I'm doing here. Suffice it to say that its importance to me, to the colony, is immeasurable.
Work. By yourself, are you?
More often than not. Seems I'm the only one who sees the opportunity here.
What might that
A
be?
ticket to the good life once my research plays out. Byzantium. Recognition, money, proper facilities. No more uninspired dolts like my associates here.
With all that at stake, I think you'd be begging for anyone's help.
And might you be the sort of person who's, not averse to risking your life if the pay were right?
Depends what you need me for.
Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects, the Raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well, they'll need not kill me.
Tell me what you're researching, I'll have a better idea what's at stake.
You have a point there. It most decidedly cannot make this situation any worse. All right. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel.
Wait, this is all about toothpaste?
One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue?
Jesus, only if you'd like to punch you. Only you'd like me to punch you in the throat. Can we just... Please do.
While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever.
You can couch it however you like. It's still just toothpaste. Diet tooth.
Not just any diet toothpaste. The ultimate diet toothpaste.
It's not worth your life. I wouldn't care if it was the ultimate rocket fuel.
Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well, with only a few changes to its molecular composition. But you're missing the point. Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious value of Auntie Cleo's Appazap diet toothpaste in and of itself, we're talking about my career here as well.
Appazap?
Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's a shame our marketing department is almost as befuddled as my co-workers here.
Say no more. I'll remove the cretins and retrieve your research. Need to deal with the Raptidons too?
Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original... by the Grand Architect. Jameson. He's in the old lab.
Who's Jameson?
My protege. I sent him to retrieve some metabolic precursors, and I forgot him.
Remembered the toothpaste. I'll find it.
That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of every scientist here. Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name, as it were. And far too much paperwork.
I don't believe it.
Of course they do. Please don't mistake my ambition for callousness.
What should I mistake it for? Passion?
If my colleagues refuse to take their lives seriously, why should I? All they do is complain. They refuse to see the opportunity afforded us here.
Just wanted to hear you admit that you're a heartless bastard. Thanks.
Believe what you will, but I'm not the manipulative, ego-driven person you think me to be. I'm not.
So I'll just have to take your word. Oh, you just keep telling yourself that. All right.
This Crane guy cares more about his research than his own people.
He does.
shaft runs from the bottom of the lab to the top of the hill.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick, please.
Not here to kill you.
Oh, you aren't with the outlaws? Who are you then?
Bit of trouble here? I'd check it out.
Oh, well, good luck. Now, if they got the carbon in here, it's just a matter of... Orson, you idiot. Just put it... Of course, because I didn't... No, this. It's gotta put it in the power of 12. And of course, it's... We're gonna get this solved. I mean, it's really now or never. I'm going to...
Time. What are you doing there?
What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device. Or trying to, anyway.
Need a hand?
No. Well, yes. Well, no. Perhaps. I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me.
See what I can find.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on you, would you? Blast. Well, good luck. I hope I see you back here in one piece. Oh, hello. Why do you seem familiar? Have we met?
Yeah, you asked me to grab the prototype schematics from storage.
Ah, yes. Very good. And have you done that?
I told you, you're staying put.
Hey, boss. Could we get some Rizzos?
I don't think you're supposed to be wandering around. Security's gonna tell you to make tracks. Want to treat yourself before you go? Something for the road, maybe?
You eager to get rid of me?
I don't really know you. Roseway's supposed to be closed off to visitors. Stands to reason you could be a corporate spy of some sort. Then again, there's nothing in my contract that says I can't sell the corporate spies. Your bits are the same as anybody else's.
Got some questions.
Sure. Not like I get many customers.
You ever get tired of serving out Anti-Cleo's projects?
Can't say I do. Anti-Cleo products satisfy all of our nutritional needs. At least they used to. My folks filled their whole pantry with all sorts of Anti-Cleo products. These days, we don't get much in the way of variety. Maybe some Tripicale pasta or some ketchup if we're lucky. I hear it's like that all over the colony. We eat what we can get, and we don't get much.
This is called the 17th bar.
I'm so glad you asked. Some people say the name refers to the 17 rungs in Anti-Cleo's official ladder of corporate advancement. These people are wrong. Truth is, we've been established, closed down, renamed, reestablished, and then reopened a grand total of 17 times in the last 40 years. Corporate's still deliberating over a new name. The matter remains hotly contested in committee, but we're expecting a decision within the next 5 to 7 years. Exciting times.
Stats for that bar only stays open like years at a time, so I'm sure they'll come up with a name. 7 years. do you make any money with so few people?
Technically, I'm not in business at all. Roseway closed down years ago. Corporate still sends us the occasional shipment of necessities through unofficial back channels. Of course, if something goes wrong, like one of our guards drinking himself to an early grave or raptidons running wild, corporate won't acknowledge we ever existed.
Yeah.
Sure. You need something to clean raptidon blood out your clothes?
Fortunately. Bye.
The vent shaft are how the raptidons are getting out of the lab.
I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Away we go.
All together. We made it.
That had to hurt.
Definitely. Oh, hey, V. Hey. What are you doing over there instead of Twitch?
That's gotta be where Mr. Jameson is. Here we go! Felix! Ah! Ah!
Get up, you. Could ever.
I hope that wasn't a load-bearing wall.
That's the last of him.
Auditory. Interesting may happen to your character that off. Doing so. Nearby, you're not. No. I may. Side. Right? Maximum non-digestive acid can be safely ingested by humans before adverse effects present themselves. Proposed procedure: slowly induce increased amounts of rapid digestive acid into the evening meals of randomly selected workers and observe their overall health. Milliliter, minor stomach pain and nausea, safe. 2 milliliters, minor stomach pain, extreme nausea, safe. 3 milliliters, major stomach pain, debilitating nausea, some vomiting, potential unsafe in the 4 milliliters, temporary blindness, frequent vomit, patient unable to describe pain, unsafe. 5 milliliters, unable to record symptoms as patient died within the hour. Eesh. Yay! Corporate bureaucracy. That's no kidding. Don't clean it up? Really didn't let him out long enough. Yeah, for the record, Stargazer, the game's all about corporations taking over a chunk of a solar system and running it as corporations are ought to do. Everyone, I am sick and tired of cleaning bones out of the culture processor. This next employee to get their stuck in the damn machine is getting written up. Marsha, just FYI, gonna need another cleanup in the lab. Hey, we've lost another finger to the Infernal Culture Processor. I'm only requesting safety be installed as the current ones register that Raptidon hide not human flesh. This is unacceptable. suspicious activity. According to my records, January 23rd is your birthday. It is protocol. Please feel free to enjoy one 10-minute break between your normal scheduled 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock patrol schedule. I sincerely hope that on this day you take a moment to enjoy the fresh air of Terra 2, brought to you by the thorough kindness of Anti-Corpo. Regards, Dr. Train. Bye. Oh. No, I'm too.
Nice.
Help! Somebody get me the hell out of here!
We're coming, Mr. Jameson!
Right.
Did someone lift the lockdown? How the... Wait, I know you. You're responsible for the Emerald Vale fiasco. How the hell did you get in here?
First, I shot the Raptidons, then I walked up the stairs, and...
No, not... I don't care about the beasts. I care about the front door. This is an egregious breach of protocol. How'd you get in?
Truth be told, the Raptidons did most of the work on the door. Not sure they know what a lock is.
Damnable beasts. At least I'm not trapped here anymore. I'll see you back at town.
Stay safe. Eee. Oh, you're... I have to look inside the drawer? Oh, boy.
Beginning.
Looks like we're doing this. That's the last of us.
Or... crispy. We had it. I think it's going to take 10 minutes for me to just walk pace. I can imagine getting a great cut. Hell yeah, fast. That is why I took the Fat Walk fast travel. First chance I could. Jennings.
Did security talk to you yet? Annie Cleo makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon.
Does. Fastballs. The back horn. Take 19. What? That. Not walking anymore. Alright, guys. It is midnight, so I am going to power this down for the evening and probably save. And I should be back up tomorrow night around 8 for more of the Outer Worlds. You all tomorrow. Night, Doug. Night, Gazer.